It goes up and down. One of the things that happened to it is it morphed into sustainable tourism. You don't hear ecotourism nearly as much now. Now, the catchword is sustainable tourism, and then sustainable is a much broader concept because eco didn't fit with much anything else. I mean, you didn't talk about it was a lot harder to talk about eco development, but sustainable can go before anything. And sustainable, I think, it comes from that we're really worried now because of climate change, that we're going to do unsustainable harm to the environment as far as our ability to prosper in the environment.
Right.
I don't know that the environment really gets, the planet or the environment really gets harmed. It's highly resistant. It's the conditions that support our life and animal life that gets deteriorated. The planet goes on perfectly happily.
The planet will go on. It's been around for a few years.
Yeah, with or without us. And so, I mean, ecotourism as a media and event had pretty much had really just lost a lot of its momentum, and then all of a sudden, sustainable tourism became the new in thing.
Well, is sustainable tourism suffering from the same effects? Is it also being used incorrectly or corruptly?
Yeah, being sustainable is like being faithful to your spouse. And here are the similarities. They're both very hard to do. It's tricky. They're both lied about a whole lot. And the more you do it and the less you talk about it, the better. If you talk about how sustainable you are in this hotel, for instance, people are going to start wondering what kind of car I drive.
Sure.
And if you're a really big, important, sustainable guy like Al Gore, people will start wondering about what kind of planes you fly in. And if you talk about how faithful you are to your spouse, people immediately think of John Edwards and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it's something that you're just better off to just...
That's a great way to put it.
To just do. Even, you know, if you go all the way back to that original thing that I just said off the top of my head, it just makes sense. If it's not beneficial to the visitor, you're not going to have guests, and and it's not a viable business. If it's not beneficial to the visited, then after a while they'll finally figure out, and they're not going to be hospitable to the visitors, and the visitors are going to sense that and not want to come, or it becomes a commodity. Just people don't care. It becomes something where the visitors are isolated from the real culture, and as a commodity, the price gets driven down. So I mean, you don't have to have a whole lot of philosophy or altruism to do a lot of these things.
So, as a businessman, and I believe a very altruistic person, you, Michael Kaye, the altruistic businessman here in Tortuguero.
I mean, I see what other people see as my altruism as self-interest.
Sure.
I mean, some of it, sure, you know, if you see the kids learning and you see them learning and enthusiastic about learning something valuable, of course it makes you feel good. But I can translate that without any feel good into bed nights that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
How so?
To a big enough slice of the market, the fact that they can participate in that and be a part of it makes the difference between them choosing us and something else. And that's called brand.
That's another word that is
bandied around, but it really means there's a concept in people's head that make them either choose one thing that looks more or less similar over another thing, or pay more. So someone could cynically say that the only reason I'm doing that is that it improves the brand. And okay.
Yeah, you don't.
Who
you
cares?
Don't care.
I mean, the other, what the reason that I'm the main reason that I'm doing it is that it both improves the brand and makes me feel good. I mean, that's just having your cake and eat it. Why would you not do that?